Yo guys, welcome back to the Ultra Squad. Today we're back at it again with actually a what if, and what if Issei married the goddess. I hope you guys actually enjoyed it. Now the last part we left off with pretty much where the Issei and Miss Hasegawa getting at it on inside the shower. So yeah, as we pretty much read a time skip all the way read it to Issei read it just inside his bedroom. As there, pretty much Issei doesn't remember what happened last night. It was all completely fuzzy. As there, he would actually see Miss Hasegawa in bed with him, and she was completely naked. Issei actually kind of panicked and asked her what's actually going on. Miss Hasegawa will wake up, seeing that Issei actually did wake up a little, and there she will actually ask her like what time is it. As pretty much Issei would say that it's pretty much like what, 8 o'clock. As with this, Miss Hasegawa will get up, it's fully on exposing herself, which kinda actually made Issei blush, as she will get just out of bed. As before she actually leaves, she told Issei that they were going to continue their training after their school. So it is Issei will oblige as he will actually also get ready. As pretty much we fast forward all the way to where Issei and Miss Hasegawa are pretty much walking all the way to school. As everybody is actually just looking at them, pretty much commenting right there how Issei is actually now with the hottest teacher of all time. God damn it. Lucky bastard. So they will make their way towards their school as the two of them will part ways. As pretty much Issei will make his way all the way to his class, as they're like heck, and they will actually go and actually continue with their date. Now we're gonna actually fast forward right there like heck to where Issei is pretty much finishing off his day. As him and John will part ways, and pretty much Issei will make his way to go home. As pretty much as he's walking to go home, Issei will actually just meet a nun. As she will immediately fall and trip and her clothes will be all over the place. Issei being the nice guy he is, he will immediately help the nun. The nun will actually thank Issei and pretty much tell her name will be, her name was actually Arthea. They will introduce his name as Issei, and Arthea told Issei if he actually knows from any nearby churches. Issei actually just thought of one, but it's pretty much really abandoned. So he will actually just escort her all the way towards it. As like heck, Arthea would thank Issei for being a good person, and pretty much the two of them would part ways. Issei felt ready to follow Angel at that church, and he actually thought that, could she be part of it? I mean, her energy is just way too pure. So we time skip all the way right there at home. As we'll see Issei at his back garden, and pretty much right there, like he was actually sent flying all the way back. Again, she was saying, Miss Hasegawa was saying she would shoot right there like another right there like what magic attack towards him. With this, Issei will actually avoid it barely, getting like a few grades after it. Of course, he was going to actually deliver right there like what down with Flash, but right there she would actually block it, and also right there like what with just her magic. Issei would try to do right there like what a horizontal slash, but heck, she will catch it with just right there like her bare hand, cracking Issei's sword. This right there surprised Issei, but right there he uses right there like his magic to repair it, and immediately Issei will go and take out his booster gear and boost himself up. There, as Issei's boosting himself up, he will go right there, charge straight towards her, and immediately right there, like Hasegawa will actually shoot right there another magic, sending Issei flying towards right there like what? The wall again. As right there, like heck, this continued for about right there, like what, several right there hours, until Issei actually collapsed. As Issei collapsed, Miss Hasegawa actually took Issei's like what, body all the way right there to the room to rest. As we actually fast forward about like what, about like 2 hours since Issei was actually like unconscious, as he immediately wakes up. Issei asks right there where was he, as pretty much right there like he realized that he was in his bedroom. But immediately, the moment he said that, Miss Hasegawa will come out from the bathroom, no, like heck, just only wearing a towel around her waist, around her there, like sorry, her chest. As there, this actually completely just made Issei blush as like he couldn't move, like he was actually completely hurt after that training. With his Miss Hasagawa would go and she would sit at the side of the bed and actually say if he was actually alright. Issei would say that he's fine. I think I'm actually all good. But then she would get closer and immediately, heck, she would actually just go and actually just like what place a hand on his forehead, completely healing him right there from any right there like what laden or small injuries that he just had. With this, Issei would thank her, but Miss Hasagawa would actually, you know, heck, she was actually a little bit devious, so she would climb on top of Issei. Issei actually thought right there that like, heck, what's going on? And Miss Hasagawa would actually just whisper something to Issei's in ear, which made him completely blush. As immediately right there, they actually just spent right there like a hot makeout session. Now, not doing it, they didn't do it, but it was just like a kiss and makeout session. So yeah, and also Issei kind of just play with her like a little boob size, yeah. But anyways, we actually like fast forward right there, like heck, about right there a few days. A few days has already passed. As right there, as Issei, we see Issei packing up his things just to leave from school. As he was about to leave, John right there told Issei that pretty much right there, like heck, she needs her help, needs his help. Issei asked right there what was the problem, as John told Issei about there's actually some rogues, fallen angels, and also strays that needs to be dealt with. As right there, Issei thought that, hey, did it not the Grimrays and the Sea Trees that are handling that? But then John would say that they pretty much right there like own this territory, but they're not doing their jobs properly. I mean, you realize right that the fallen angels that are inside this town, if you don't do anything about it, the humans right there might actually get killed. We don't actually know. So with this, Issei will actually oblige as he will actually follow John to actually eliminate right there some strays. Before he actually went, he will call right there Miss Hasagawa right there that he's pretty much will be heading out with a friend. She will actually like heck, agree with this. Like heck, she will give permission to Issei. Like heck, yeah, you can pretty much go. Yeah. As we'll fast forward right there to where Issei and John will actually just taking out right there stray devils, and right there like also right there like heck, they actually meet up with actually just like what a rogue right there fallen angel. As right there his name was actually Dunseek. As they will actually see right there Dunseek inside an alleyway, and pretty much right there he was actually dead with actually a life spear. With this, you will see blood right there coming from his life spear as right there Issei and John realize what happened. This fallen angel just killed a human, and not just any other human. It was pretty much right there a family right there of actually just humans. A little girl, a little like boy, a father, and a son. Completely, Issei was immediately mad about this, and without any just hesitation, he was charged towards Dunseek. Dunseek will see, he said he will make right there a life spear, blocking right there Issei's attack. With this, John will actually come right there from the side and right there attacking him as well, which kind of injured him really badly, seeing that he was occupied with Issei and seeing how strong he was. With this, John will actually go and create right there holy swords. She will create holy swords as right there, like shoot it towards right there Dunseek. Dunseek will actually see this as he will immediately try to fly up inside the air, but immediately Issei will go appear right behind him, as immediately he will go and actually cut off his two wings. There, Dunseek right there, before he can even say anything or even really realize anything, John and Issei will actually just completely just kill Dunseek together. Immediately just impaling him right there inside the back, completely right there killing him. With this, the Dunseek will actually completely turn into right there black feathers, symbolizing that he actually died. With this, Issei and John will look towards right there the family that died, as Issei will just sigh. With this, he will look towards John, and John will just nod her head. As right there, the two of them will actually give right there the family right there a great burial. Of course, they will just bury them inside a graveyard, because heck, they're normal people. They like heck. They have to respect the dead, and plus they can't just leave their body there. I mean, that's disrespectful. So as they actually just buried the couple, they will feel a strange power coming from the church. Issei just had a bad feeling, and immediately he will ask John to pretty much tell her to follow him towards the church. John was actually quite confused, but also she was curious at the same time. So with this, they will make their way towards the church. As they got there, they will actually realize that a barrier had been placed around the church. As there, issei and John will break the barrier, which just alerted some of the exorcists to come out, the rogue ones, of course. They completely surround issei and John, as issei was actually kind of confused. What's going on? Why is there rogue exorcist here? And plus, right at this place like this. Something's not right. Issei will look towards John, as right as she will nod her head. And immediately, heck, John will crave right there thousands of holy swords, and immediately just impaling right there each and every one of the exorcists to death. There, issei and John will make it towards the side of the church, but they realize there's actually nothing here. But issei and John are not stupid. They can feel the energy coming from the ground. So immediately, issei will break right at the floor, going all the way towards right at the basement. There, as they got there, issei will actually see Arcia on the cross, and there her sacred gear was actually extracted. And not just that, Milty and actually Fred, and also right there Kawi, I think that's her name, the blue-head chick, and will actually be there, as Kawi will actually just have Arcia's sacred gear. Issei asked right there, what did they do? Seeing right there that Arcia right there lifeless body, and he didn't feel any energy coming from her. Kawi asked where are the exorcists? They're supposed to right there protect this place. And right there, what happened to the barrier? Nobody was supposed to enter. With this right there, John will actually tell her that pretty much the barrier was destroyed by us, and the exorcists are actually no more. And she actually demanded what is actually going on here. With this, Milty said well, if you want to know, we just extracted right there this girl's sacred gear. Of course, right there, she didn't really have any use. I mean, after Raina died, we have to right there continue with our plan. We have to move forward. So we decided right there to actually extract this girl's sacred gear for a master, of course. With this, issei would immediately got mad from this. How dare they actually just remove somebody's sacred gear and treat them like trash? Don't they not value the life that people just have? How could you do that? With this, issei would get really mad, but John would calm him down. Issei realized that he was actually getting mad, that he didn't want a repeat of what happened. If he actually let out all of his energy, he could destroy this whole town, of course. And he didn't want that. He didn't want rid of any innocent people to get killed from his power. Not again. So with this, issei would go and take out his sword with John, and actually tell them right there to pretty much right there surrender, that they won't have to actually suffer too much. If they actually disagree, that they will kill them. Kawi, Milty, and Fred would just laugh, and right there Kawi would just order right there Milty and Fred to pretty much take out the trash. With this, the two of them will actually go and charge towards issei and John, with issei really taking out his sword, and he was actually going for Fred, with actually John going for Milty. With this, the two right there, issei right there and Fred will actually clash sword, and Fred would say you got an interesting sword, but not as good as mine. He would say with his tongue out. And immediately, before issei can actually respond, Fred would take out his gun to shoot issei. Issei would dodge it at the last second, and immediately he would go over there, do a backward kick, kicking the gun out of Fred's hands. With this, issei would go over there, counterattack, doing a side kick, kicking him at the face, making him go flying at the wall. With this, issei would go over there, use his sword, and he will let out over there an energy wave right there blast from the sword, completely right there about ready to kill Fred. But right there immediately, just heck, he will actually just get cut by it, as he was immediately bleeding out. But Kawi will actually just kill Fred, telling him right there to continue fighting for their master. With this, Fred would take out his sword, and he would say round 2, little boy, and he would go and attack issei again. But issei was actually not in the mood right now. He couldn't let this fight continue anymore. So with this, issei thought that it was actually best to finish it. Issei would go appear right behind Fred with fast speed and knock him out. And immediately, he would look towards John, and John completely just eliminated right there Milty. And there, Kawi would look towards right there her two companions, how they fell so easily. As right there, immediately shoot right there, created about 5 light spears to shoot her right there at the two. John and issei will completely actually avoid it, a Jamba shooter like will actually create right numerous of holy swords to try right and fight right Kawi. What Issei will actually now end it with using his actually boosted gear. And he will go and charge up right his dragon shot, completely hitting right Kawi. And pretty much hitting right like the dragon shot right at her back, which actually completely injured her completely. With this, she will fall to the ground and she will start healing, but John will actually go and stab right there like her at many different places. Her arms, her legs, everywhere. God damn it, you brat! How dare you! Do you know who I am? But right there, immediately, Issei would stick his sword right there at her back. As right there, Issei would say like, I don't care. How dare you treat the life of an innocent person like trash. Therefore, you shall die. With this, Issei and John would kill her their Kaori by actually cutting her off her head. Immediately, she would turn into black feathers. Issei would see her there, Arceus sacred gear, Twilight Healer, and he would pick it up there with just one hand. Issei will go towards her there, Arceus, as she would just release Arceus like from her actually chain. And there, Arceus would see Issei, and she would say like, Issei, is it you? And Issei would smile and say like, yes, it's me, Arceus. I'm so sorry I got here so late. If only I knew, you wouldn't still be. But right there, like, Arceus cut him off by placing her finger right there, like, what? On his lips. You don't need to say anything. I was actually kind of a fool for trusting them. I thought right there I could have actually just made some friends. I didn't really have friends when I was growing up. But when they actually told me they needed me, I thought right there I could make a new beginning for myself. I thought they may be my new companions. Or someone right there that actually like can actually rely on, but I was wrong. I guess right now I was only a tool for them. After that, like heck, Issei will actually start sobbing a little. And with this, Arceus will say like, hey, Issei, will you be my friend? But Issei will say like, yes, I'll be your friend, Arceus. I will always be your friend. Even though I didn't know you for a while. I see you as a friend. A good person. With this, Issei, like, Arceus will smile before they're passing the Issei's arm. With Issei, I was just crying right there for Arceus. We will fast forward right there about a few minutes to where we'll see Issei and John just right there at the back of the church. Issei right there just made right there grave for Arceus. Arceus gentle. Pretty much right there, Issei will look inside his hands as, like, heck, you'll realize that Arceus' sacred gear is not coming off him. He wondered why is it not coming off. He wanted to give it to Arceus. But like what? Drake actually talked to him. Partner, I'm sorry to say this, but those rings are not coming off you. They're bounded to you now. The sacred gear chose you right there as the perfect right there host. Pretty much Issei asked like why. Pretty much Drake told him that pretty much either because right there like heck, they accepted you as a good person, seeing that you didn't have to rip it out like the fallen angels did, and they actually chose you as their new master. If I were you, I think it might be a gift for them from your actually friend here. I think you should honor her by wearing those rings, to symbolize that she's always be here. With this, Issei will actually oblige, and with this, Issei and John will just leave the place. As they left, about right 5 minutes will pass. They will see right there a magic circle appear, and immediately a mysterious person will come out. As he did so, he will blast the grave that Issei made for Arceus. I finally found you. I'll be taking you with me now. With this, the person will go and take Arceus' right there dead body and teleport him away. And then we will fast forward all the way to right there Issei's house. As there we will just see Issei just like in his room. He was just looking at Arceus' rings. Even though he didn't know her that well, he just felt he was responsible. How many people will die because of him? He was too slow, he was way too weak. He thought right that it was his fault. Arceus was a good person. How could she die like that? With this, Miss Hasagawa entered the room and she would just see Issei there. He was just looking at right at his hands. She thought right there what was going on, and she actually sat next to him. What's going on? You seem a little bit off. And what are those rings? She would say. Oh, this? It's pretty much a sacred gear. I met a girl, a nun, named Arceus Gentle. And pretty much, she was the most kind-hearted person of all. And right there, she was killed after me and John went to take care of some strays, fallen angels, and devils. And pretty much the fallen angels, it was already too late the moment we got there. They ripped away her sacred gear, killing her. And at last moment, this is all I have. She told me that she wanted to be my friend, so I accepted. And this is the only ring, as like the ring that I actually have. Even though I only met her for a short time, it felt like I did know her quite well. With this, Issei will actually kind of actually just cry a little with, like what, Miss Hasagawa will actually just go and actually place Issei in her bosoms, telling him that to pretty much like what, let it all out, that it's actually not his fault. Issei will actually go and cry on her chest, which actually, as Issei is crying inside her chest, Miss Hasagawa will actually just lift Issei's head up, and right there, like Issei will be now face to face with her. Issei, if you don't want to lose any more person, then you must become strong. Strong enough to protect the person right there that you care about. With this, Issei will actually nod his head, and Miss Hasagawa will place a, like, she will place a kiss right on Issei's lips, as the kiss will actually last quite a long this time, as here, I'm pretty much sure they're going to be ending off the what if here, guys. If you guys liked right there, like this part, comment down below, and I'll be actually posting right there like the next part really soon. And with that, I'll catch you guys at the next one.